thanks to the support as a channel member, Jacob Barnett. Well, it's fair to say I'm feeling a little bit hard done by here. Halfway point of the season, not even January yet, and we're only 2 points outside of our targeted top half of the table finishing position. And the board have invited me to a meeting to discuss my future. Hello and welcome to part 6 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, hopefully I'll still be Brackley manager, but I might be about to get sacked. As you can see, we have reached the point where the board have requested a meeting to discuss my future. My performance hasn't been good enough and my position is under serious threat. Failure to attend the meeting will result in the board terminating my contract. Weirdly, I'm only on a C- manager performance. They're pleased with several things that I've done. There's things they're disappointed in. I think what they're most disappointed in is the run of form that we're in more than anything. Because league table-wise, 15th in the league, only 2 points behind 12th place Warrington. The board wanted me to finish in the top half of the table. They're very disappointed about that. Which seems bonkers, really, because one win and other results going our way, and we're in the top half again. But we have lost 4 of our last 5 games. We also lost the 2 cup games immediately preceding that. So the run of form, it doesn't look great, does it? But we did beat Oxford City. That was a nice day out. Let's see what the board wants, shall we? Hopefully I get the opportunity to promise like 7 points in the next 5 matches or something, which is definitely doable. If they ask me for anything completely bananas, genuinely could get fired. If I get fired, let's see what jobs are available. So manager jobs. Currently, I mean, there's a lot of stuff available. We'd potentially have to go abroad. We've got lots of leagues loaded. There are a few jobs knocking about in the National League North and South, though, if it came to it. Or we could go on a little bit of an adventure. Who knows? We could end up in Wales. Wouldn't that be an exotic adventure? Let's attend the meeting and see what my boy Francis has got to say. We're not happy about your current performance and are considering your position at the club. We'd like to know why you think the team have performed so badly. I don't think we have. I think we had a really unbalanced squad at the start of the season. We've had financial problems all the way through. I've not been able to sign the players that I would want to sign. We tried a tactic and it didn't work, so we've now tried a different one. But we had a good FA Cup run and we're not that far off the pace. We've had a really hard fixture list recently. Have we? Ignore the form. We're playing well and that will eventually shine through. Trust the process. Love a trust the process. We recognise that the form table doesn't always show how well a team is playing, so we're prepared to give you the benefit of the doubt. But we'll be keeping a close eye on things in hope of improvement. We believe it's important to stay on good terms with you, so hopefully we can continue to work. I can't believe I've trust the process them, and it's worked. I mean, they've not even set me a target. That's a proper stay of execution. Okay. My plan now, why can't I look at my schedule? My plan for this video was always to get to January because I want to see what happens with the loan players. Cade Craig goes back at the start of January anyway. Dornelli and McCann, there's a good chance they get recalled, so we've been playing them out of position. So I'm actually going to play these next 2 matches off camera as per the original plan, and we'll be back for Hereford and Leamington at the start of January when we'll know more about whether we get to keep our boys together or if we have to somehow figure out a way to do some transfers when we've got absolutely no money to do any transfers. And I'm not even sure what the limit on loans is. Is it a limit for this? No, we don't need to look at Scarborough. Is loans a limit for the season? Let's have a look at the rules around loans. So it's in here somewhere. God, there's so many rules. What a load of nonsense this is. And they've still got Brexit rules in here. I just saw the word Brexit. Still Brexit rules. Right, where are we? Something about loans, something about loans. No, there doesn't seem to be any restriction. So can we just loan? Ah, here we go. Loan rules. Maximum of 6 players allowed on a long-term loan per season. That's what I was afraid of. Because if we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've already got our 6. So Cade Craig goes back. We can't extend it. And if we lose Dornelli and McCann, that's 3 regular starters pulled out of the squad. We can't replace them with long-term loans. So at best, we could do like a 3-month loan. I think any 1, 2 or 3 months counts as short-term loans. We haven't done any short-term loans. But if we lose those 3, the second half of the season is going to be pretty challenging. Let's see, shall we? Oh, God. Scratch that plan. We beat Kings Lynn, but now the media reports going into this game against Scunthorpe. I think it's the El Sacico. Chapman on verge of sack ahead of Scunthorpe match. The El Sacico. So I guess I'm showing you Scunthorpe and Hereford, which, to be fair, are 2 incredibly difficult games. Scunthorpe in 4th, Hereford in 2nd. We have changed the tactic. We've gone to a 4-3-3. Scott Pollock is injured, which is frustrating because I think he's going to be the ideal man to sit in that role, which we might just rush him back from injury for the next game. Where is he? He's not fully fit, but I mean, we could stick him in there. And then I think that probably is the best system we could possibly play. But playing against Scunthorpe, that's a challenge. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Right, Pollock's not fit to start. He's going to start from the bench and we'll throw him in if need be. But this is the 11 for this must-win game against Scunthorpe. I can't believe it's all going to come down to 2 away games against 2 of the best teams in the division. This feels harsh. But we're going with Maxted in goal, a back four of McCann, Pratt, Dean and Dornelli. Murrumbedzi at the base of the midfield. Bates and Byrne ahead of him. Thomas on the left. McAleer on the right. Hall up front, playing in the 3rd different role we've used for him this season. He is now a pressing forward. Luckily, still suits him. Should still work. He scored 2 goals playing that role in the last match. So he's certainly capable of playing it. The win that we got against Kings Lynn moved us up to 14th place. So still 2 points outside of the top half of the table. I can't believe it's as close as it is. But Ollie Thomas has scored inside the first 10 minutes to put us ahead against Scunthorpe. I like the fact Scunthorpe are also in terrible form. It being an El Sacico probably goes in our favour as we've just brought in a new tactic. We're fresh off of a win. Scunthorpe are struggling, so hopefully we can capitalise on it, get Scunthorpe's manager sacked, and then, leap there if need be. Well, I'll go and manage Scunthorpe. That feels like falling upwards. If he gets sacked and I get sacked, we'll go there. That's an easy job, surely. Pratt from the corner can't keep the header down below the crossbar, but it remains 1-0 to us. And as you can see, at the moment, that does put us into the top half of the table. Surely there's no way they can sack me if I'm literally meeting expectations. The thing is, I'm sure we've all figured out over the years, Football Manager's a bit weird over this kind of thing. I don't know if it's going to count 12th as top half of the table, because if it counts 15th as avoiding a relegation battle, where on earth is mid-table? I suspect mid-table will be like 11th to 14th. So we actually won't be in the top half until we're like 10th, which seems unreasonable because the top half is anywhere 12th and above. That's literally the top half. But I don't know if we're going to get that kind of luxury. And of course, in order to find out, we need to hold on and win this game. Dornelli plays it forward to McAleer, who, considering I wasn't planning on using him when he came in, has actually been one of our better loan signings. That's a lovely cross. Thomas is there again. And talking of good loan signings, Ollie Thomas has got his 2nd goal of the game. He's trying to single-handedly save my job. It's Scunthorpe 0, Brackley 2. The turnaround is on. Have we been forced through terrible form again, our 2nd terrible form tactical change of the season? Have we finally been forced into a system that works for our players? And then I guess the next question is, should I have got here a little bit quicker? Because we've been playing for ages without Pollock, who everyone told me Pollock was going to be a star. We've not played him from the start since the back 3 days, but he can play central midfield. He's going to come on soon for Byrne, and we're going to get him into that Mazzala role, and hopefully we take another step up and get even better when we get someone with a little bit more attacking creativity involved. But looking at the match stats, it looks like the tactical change is working. We were good against Kings Lynn. We've been even better here against Scunthorpe, and it's time to get Pollock involved. So Pollock comes on to play there, and I'm going to take off Connor Hall. Danny Newton can come on up top. The advantage of playing a 1-striker system is when we've only really got 2 strikers, we can actually rotate them a little bit and bring on a fresh striker with 20 minutes to go that doesn't massively weaken the team by doing it. So I guess that's a positive thing. I imagine Danny Newton isn't going to see it as much of a positive because he's always going to play second fiddle to Hall and will drop out of the team, similar to how Pollock's had to have time out of the team. This is going to be Newton dropping out of the team for a little bit. But then Newton is 34 years old, I think. It probably won't do him any harm to not play week in, week out. Look at me talking as if I'm not about to be fired. Right, McCann's going to come off. Craig comes on. Probably a last appearance for Craig. Potentially a last appearance for McCann and Dornelli as well. Our defence is going to look very makeshift against Hereford in the next game if we lose all three of those players. It certainly isn't going to be ideal. And also not ideal, Kurz and Ashton seem to have won as well, which means we're not actually into the top half. We're up to 13th. Surely off 2 wins, the board can cut me a little bit of slack. Did the Scunthorpe manager get sacked? No. So it wasn't an El Sakico at all. What a load of nonsense. How are the board feeling about me now? They're still disappointed. They're now disappointed that we're going to achieve a mid-table position. I mean, grow up, board. We're level on points with the top half. We're 2 points behind 10th. We could still get to the playoffs from here. We're 7 points behind Scunthorpe, and we've just beaten them comfortably. It's coming together. Give me time. We'd probably still need to go and beat Hereford as well, potentially without either of our fullbacks. Right, I'm going to try not to get too excited. The 1st of January has arrived. I can't say January, which means the transfer window is opened in the Football League and Dornelli and McCann haven't been recalled. So fingers crossed, we're going to get to keep them at least for a bit longer. So our team is unchanged from the previous match. Pollock still not close to match fit, so he's going to be starting from the bench again, which does give Shane Byrne the opportunity to play some football, which he hasn't really done for us. I mean, he's a long-serving player. I've not really used him a huge amount. He's only started less than half the games, but he's in. He's in once again while we wait for Pollock to return to fitness. This is going to be a different proposition to the last 2 games. Kings Lynn are in free fall. Scunthorpe have been struggling. Hereford, very much quite good. Second in the league and a team in good form. So this is going to be a different kind of test for us for our exciting new system. We just had an inbox message come in as well. Connor Hall is the best attacking player in the division for overperforming the division. It's a data hub thing. I didn't look at it too much. It just said Connor Hall was the best attacking player in the division based on his stats, not his attributes, his actual in-match stats. So he's playing better than any other attacking player in the division over the course of the first half of the season, which is nice, especially considering he's only got 11 goals, I think. So it's not like he's the top scorer, but obviously his overall contribution, really good. And I had him pegged just as a goal hanger. That's why he's graduated to being a pressing forward now, because he can do other attacking things as well. Pratt has given away a penalty. How very appropriate. It's a dubious decision as well. If I get fired off the back of a dubious decision, I'll be very cross. To be fair, if I get straight at Maxted, I haven't mentioned him yet today. The media have. The media are on his back, just like I am. It's not just me. Goodness me, do we need a keeper? But forget I'll feel harshly done by if I'm sacked off the back of a dubious decision. I'll feel harshly done by if I'm sacked off the back of... Why have I gone blurry? I think my camera was focusing on the beautiful Fugler that was behind me, so I've had to move him. What was I saying? Yeah, I'll be very upset if I'm sacked off the back of this run of form. The 2 wins in a row and then a defeat against the second best team in the league, the informed team of the league. That'll feel harsher than if that'll be the board. That's not dubious decisions. That's the board just not recognising that we are moving in the right direction. We've been improving gradually as the season's gone on. Yes, we've had a couple of patches of dodgy form, but we're moving in the right direction. We can't be judged on today. We shouldn't be. If I'm judged on today, I don't want to see it. If I'm judged on today, I'm going to be very cross. The problem is this puts us down to 15th in the league again, which is very much the danger zone. That's the position we were in when they got upset with me before. Dornelli has taken a knock, so he's going to come off. You know what? I'm going to bring on Pollock at half-time as well and see if he can change things. We're going to go attacking. I feel like my job is very much on the line right now, so we probably do need to try and win the match. In fact... no, we will leave Carline on wing back. He's not much of a wing back, but needs must. We need him to get forward. He does add a long throw to the Arsenal as well, so That's a potential positive for us. McAleer with the cross. Murrumbedzi with a header from the edge of the area. Imagine if that had gone in. That would have been absolutely bonkers. We are going to demand more, even though we're playing quite well against a very good team. And they're slicing through us again here. And now we're down to 10 men. This feels like the day I get sacked because everything's going against me. I mean, what do? There's no accounting for this kind of nonsense, really, is there? Pollock got 8 minutes playing in this new role before we have to stick him out there to try and balance the team a little bit. We're going to leave Bates forward because we need him involved. We can't just drop back to 2 holding midfielders when we're 2 goals down and have to get back into the game. But we're so far down now, you have to scroll to find us. I feel like I might be getting fired really unjustly off the back of this match, which is going to sting. It's really quite stingy sting. We've got one more substitution to use. I mean, Newton's the obvious one to try and bring on. What am I clicking? I can't click the right buttons. We're going to bring on Newton and we're going to take off Thomas and we're going to go to 2 up top with Pollock in behind. It's where we started. It may as well be where we end. There you go. So we'll do this. We'll make him the pressing forward. We're going to make him the poacher. And we probably shouldn't be going wide now because we haven't got any wingers. Bring the ball through the middle now, chaps. Again, let's... I mean, I know it's not like me to touch these buttons, but let's just try and get our strikers chasing onto stuff. Has anyone got any magic in them? We could use some magic around about now. Come on, boys. Bates plays it in for Newton, who has got in behind. Newton should have squared it. We had Pollock and Hall in the middle waiting for the tap in. Murrumbedzi from range. And the keeper lets it squirm out of his hands. It goes behind for a corner. I really would like to start scoring from these. They've not been anywhere near as effective as I hoped they would be. Cross comes in from Bates. Pratt's there. I mean, he owes me a goal after giving away a penalty, but it's another good save from their keeper. The fact that their keeper is the best performing player on the pitch, again, tells a story. If you look at the match stats, we've had more shots on target, better XG. We're 50-50 for possession, despite being down for 10 men. And this is against one of the best teams in the league. We play against 20 other teams in the league and we win off the back of this performance. Do not sack me now, board. You are making a mistake if you do. We are moving in the right direction. Let's see what happens. Okay, we are going back to see the board again. Hi. We feel the team should have performed a lot better. We performed really well, you cretin. Sorry, Francis. Didn't mean to call you a cretin. We're disappointed with the result against Hereford and would like to know what happened. They're the best team in the league. They were just too strong for us on the day these things happened. I mean, I could blame the officials. It was a dodgy penalty. I mean, we played well. We were just unlucky. On another day, the result would have been better. I'm going with that one. We agree. Well, why did you call the meeting? If a bit more luck had gone your way, then we wouldn't be having this meeting. We believe it's important to stay on good terms with me. Well, stop calling me in for meetings then, Francis, because frankly, I'm not feeling very supported at the moment. Amazingly, we've managed to survive the episode. I think we need a good January if we're going to survive any longer. But right now, I am still in a job. And that's a positive. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.